Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's a girl here, Ramya Rodiboa, and today we'll be doing some story time, guys. But then before we get into the video, thank you very much for your support. It is really appreciated, and please don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button, and please don't forget to invite others, your friends, your cousin, your siblings, and be like, hey, there's Rodika Lila's YouTube channel, and you don't want to miss out. Okay, you don't want to miss out because there's still more from me. So guys, I'll be doing a story time about my crush, my secondary school crush. Yeah, and he's that one person I had a crush on him for a very long time. I do crush other guys, but then this one, yeah, it was the longest and it was the most painful one. Yes, it was the most painful one, this one. So I was doing my grade 10 and this guy was during his grade 12. He was in grade 12 and he was repeating grade 12, not because he didn't do well. Yes, he did do well. He did pass his grade 12 in the previous year, but then he came back to improve his marks in math and sciences. Okay, so he came back because he wanted to improve his marks. Yeah, so I met this guy. We met. I don't know. I think this guy was my crush was checking on me for some time, because the day I first met him, he came to me and he was like, he was going to write an afternoon math test. Okay, he was going to write an afternoon math test in the hall. So he came to me. I was in grade 10A and he was in grade 12A. So our classes were in the same row. Okay, so this is grade 10B, 10A, 12E, then F, then A, then yeah. So this guy was in grade 10F and I was in grade 10A, and I used to sit at the back seat, khona ni ya back seat. Yeah, right, ri tshi shumisa tshivenḓa huṅwe ri nga zwipfa. So nda ndi tshi dzula khona ni ya back seat, home muthu kana tshi dzhena kha F, votela F kheḽi festere langa kheḽi hafhanoni. So he was going to write an afternoon math test. So at the kha nne fesitereni, then was like, hey, what's your name? And I'm like, I am Rodi. Yeah, then was like, hey Rodi, I have to carry my desk to the hall, may you please khombela ampfarele mukhwama wanga na dziṅwe dza dzi bugu dzanga, and then ndi ḓo zwi dzhia afterwards. Ndi khou ṅwala test fhedzi ya maths. Yeah, then I'm like, okay, it's fine, I'll carry them for you. And then aya hwala tshiṱafula tshawe ngei aya natsho holoni. A tshi vhea natsho holoni, he came to me and like, oh, thank you very much for umpfarela dzibugu, you know. Yeah, and then no, it's okay. Then was like, I am sorry, I know it's my first time knowing you, but then can I have your calculator? Yeah, he was like, can I have your calculator? I don't know where mine is. I think it is stolen. Then I'm like, sure, you can have it. Like, I took the risk. I don't know this guy. And the calculators yet we were. Calculators yet we were in secondary school. But then I gave him my calculator. Like, I just trusted him. Then I gave him my calculator and was like, I am sorry, it might happen. Or ndarenga uva exam. Hanenge holoni musi ndi khou ṅwala test. Anga ḓi wana matshelo if tshikolo tsha bva nda vha ndi sathu bva. Then I'm like, okay, a tshi amba tshikhuwa we siko, a tshi amba tshikhuwa crush yanga veiwe, a tshi amba tshikhuwa fhedzi. And yeah, so I gave him my calculator, and then I visa the following day. See, a tshi visa the following day ire ra si tsha to ambesa ngo ralo nyana hapo ḓuvha nyana vhuvhege nyana. And then he came back to me, and then it was like, can I have your water bottle? Like, tini chidzula khona festere na falani ka festere bank in a way comes to kaf tini chanu water bottle yanu. So he came back and was like, hey, can I have your water bottle? I want to drink some water. Achamba chikuwa bewe. Hechi chikuwa china ndako chamba sichone. Na accent yawe asione. Achingale black American nyanola mtungana. Ndukwamba ngoto, I'm not exaggerating, but then ndukwamba ngo, if you know him, guys, you know him. So yeah, he was like, can I have your water bottle? Then I'm like, oh sure, you can have it. And then he took it, I wamadi. And then since then, ndatomuvheya liṱre he out abona he out yavhuḓi ano amba tshikhuwa tshononga na zwino. See, yeah. And then yeah, time went on. time went on, actually did that so this other day he came to my class. It was during lunchtime, and then he was like, I manga festival. Every time I chama na night manga festival, and then he was like, hey, how are you? And I'm like, I'm good. So he was like, do you mind coming out and spending lunchtime with me? Like, we can talk and catch up a little bit. And then I'm like, nah, yeah, sure, why not? And then ndabva kaya, and then he was like, do you mind if rabva hapa nonirayira my lab ngange hawana zira, yeah. And then I think he said physics lab or chemistry lab. It's not busy there, it's very quiet. And then I'm like, sure, we can. Like, no, you're already in a TM-based. I'm like, sure. And then we went to the physics lab, if not chemistry lab. So we were standing in the room. I'm nangoni ngapha richiko amba. He speaks good English, guys. Yo, this guy. Let me name him Christian Grey. You will find out very soon why I am calling him Christian Grey, because he did something. Chinea, he deserves being called Christian Grey, okay? Yeah, so Christian called me. We went to the lab and we were talking. Like, he speaks very good English, and something that I didn't really like about him was that whenever he speaks to you, he makes sure that he wamba one bombastic word, like persistence when I was on nenyana ku bombastic word. And pela I'm not a dictionary. If you're talking to me, once I assume to venda or simple English in it, everyone understands. So this guy, I honor the way that he speaks in English. I even thought or as venda. At once I even thought, or this guy comes as venda over Kamongo Mashango, because wow, he used to speak English like good pure English. Okay, yeah. So yeah, and then we were talking, and then it came that moment in a both of us we were quiet for some time. Rapumura. Na enamba dipumura. Then he said this other word, or it was a blah 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 moment. Okay. Then I was like, oh yeah. I smiled, and then he was like, do you know what the word means? Hey, I was so embarrassed. As one condition, then I'm like, okay, that and then that I know what that word means. That what does it mean? That one are at deep. So let me not lie. I was like, no, I don't know what it means. Which question are there? Then I was like, no, I don't know what it means. Then he was like, oh, it means so there was a very silent moment, something like that. I don't even remember the word that he said. Yeah, then he's like, okay, so do you read novels? Then I'm like, nah, I don't read novels. I only read my school prescribed books, and then that's it. Then I was like, no, you should also read novels. They will help you increase your vocabulary. I don't know if yeah, your vocabulary. Then I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll think about it, and I'll get a few novels and start reading. Then I was sure you should. That's where I get it from. Then I was like, okay, shit. So that day I was so embarrassed. Like, I didn't know what the word meant, and I'm starting to fall for this guy, and undinela chiti his English. It's not Sandini per se, but then why don't you use simple English? And then after umuvenda, why asambinga chivenda na nne? Because yeah, and then yeah, radiamba, and people, my friends started noticing, Rory, what's going on between Wena and that guy? Then I'm like, it's nothing serious, in J. We just talking, so there was this friend of mine, and then blind. So it happened that, isn't it, na Christian, and then Christian unamungana. So it happened with my friend when adiba nena mungana wa Christian, and it happened that they ended up dating. Abala wabilizo wachimirera, and abatanganisa ngani nga na crush yanga. Abala ngwa bapfana babodalelana na mayana mini zuko lugange wono bana mnyanya. Hosara ndana we crush yanga, but then aona china cha kuite ndana crush yanga zoto yimo zoto tsi marabala watu we batangana nga harine unofunana kani. Okay, fine. So my crush, yeah, we just talk, and most of the time, Anane, like, he was like Nandi Shivandina, and all he did was to motivate me, tell me how you have to work hard, you have to be an independent girl. I came back to school because I wanted to pursue marine engineering. So it's saying you have to work hard, you have to focus on academics, make money. Yeah, like find a career that pays a lot, and you enjoy life later. And then I'm composer marine engineering there mini, and then he asked me, "Ore, what did you want to pursue? What do you want to pursue in the future?" Then I don't know yet. Yeah, then I was like, you should find a career. You should get your career before, early, so that you could know what you need, what you have to focus on, and what and what and what. Yeah, right. Shambangazo most of the time. Musindina. Yeah, so it happened uraba una school bash. Yeah, school bash. Apala wanera bakona Mr. and Mrs. I mean. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna buy the ticket. The other reason why ndisongorenga ticket hela ne anyor ndono nkorenga ya VIP kana ne ya general, and then it just got on in ndona ho dada ubinga no chikopisa, and then watu baulane kabe badaza VIP bebe no badero ochereza VIP anicha konozora ka VIP anikonubona uri ukoite mini ngozora anikonubona uri ukoite mini. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna pay this time around. So, and the other reason why I was hoping date comes in a Christian Angasi Orun or the Sarah, and then I can get to spend time with him. So good, Miguel Azura. I was like, no, I'm not going to the Azura and that side. That's like my friends. Bangana bangabata botua boya oroni, boyo enjoy, boya wana Mr. and Mrs. Mary, Rodicha Sara class in na phone yaj. I am hoping that Mr. Handsome, your Mr. Christian will come. Anepofestereni. Tadzurana nekamusira. But spend some time together. Ndadzura ndadisora murena yeso, until I was like, okay, let me go to the hall. Ndachizwa but if ndayawoloniridwa mtu anaenda mdiva voting, and then I'll be like, kombero jena anje ndisanga mahala ti, and yeah, aona vatu vane ndavadiva nyanda yanenge iholoni ndaombero jena nga mahala ndajenisiwa. And then I was trying to check if he's in there, and then I didn't see him. Then I was like, okay, let me go out. I went out, that's right class, and I was on my phone all along. And then there's one person, and he played like he was there while this whole thing with my crush was going on, and he noticed it. Like he's a very good friend of mine. He's a very good friend of mine. I just met Tianga at some point, like Richie Amber na this garage Amber a lot. I don't know if I should say his name or maybe Angasuzufune, yeah, but then let me call him Glenn. I'm naming him Glenn. See, so there was Glenn, my classmate, Glenn, my desk mate, Glenn, my friend, I should say, yeah. So Glenn also knew this guy, also knew Christian, and they like Babachi the Amber now at some point. So Glenn knew Oreha Rodi likes Christian, and he also knew that Christian liked Rodi. So he used to come to me, Ore, Rodi, that guy likes you. And then I'm like, he hasn't said anything. Nah, we're not gonna date. Okay, he's old. Didn't know you. Even next year he's going. But then deep down in my heart, I wanted him to talk to me. I wanted to be an item with them. So yeah, Glenn was there and was like, he came to me in those class and was like, hey Rodi, someone is calling you. And I'm like, who is it? And then it's like, the Christian, he wants to see you. Then I'm like, where is he? And then it's like, hey Mapalan. Sula Rodi chiko smile buddy. And I was so excited, and then I went to him. Then I was like, hey, how are you? Then I'm like, I'm good. Then I was like, why didn't you go to the hall? I thought maybe you'd be there. Then I'm like, nah, it's very hot in there. I went there and I just came out. It's very hot and it's boring. Then I was like, I would have spent the whole day with you. I thought maybe you were there, with your friends. So I didn't want to disturb you. I'm like, I was like, damn, when's all that chakadakari? Why didn't you come? That's what I want. I want to spend some time with you. And then it's like, can we take a walk? Then I'm like, sure, let's go. And then Rachimbira Raya pass ngange classes in my grade 80, Obviously, Zana's grade 8 is what was when I missed and Miss Mbiri. Like it's their first year being in school, and yeah, it was very quiet that side. We went there, and then ona bana miri minji na matafura alane ane ochinyara. So we went there and we sat there and we were talking. Yeah, we were talking, and then wow, this guy, he's wasting my time. why asa ambi zwine a khou tea amba? Why doesn't he tell me that he likes me once off, then ri thoma u pfana? Why doesn't he do something, Ish, ndo pfa a khou nrengisa badi a thi athu vhuya nda pfa ndi khou lengiswa vhutshiloni u fana na hei crush yanga nga nḓila ya khou nrengisa ngayo. So we went there. I mean, like, we are in a very quiet place, there's no one there, it's just the two of us and a few people, but they're just passing by. Yeah, so we are sitting and then we are talking, and then I was like, hey, can I send you a few novels? And then I'm like, yeah, you can. And then I sent her 50 Shades of Grey. And send it a 50 Shades of Grey and send it an email novel. I think I was doing 50 Shades. Then I was like, yeah, you can go and read these novels like whenever you're free, they will help you. It's really good for one to read novels and books. Then I'm like, yeah, I'll read those. Yeah, and then rarudzura riko amba ndichimusedza ndasmile like achinukelela yo hey Kristen Bell achinukelela smiley chawe voice yawe ngapa ndi English. And since nana ndodzula kha tafula right and auto ima, and then he was like, can I sit next to you? Then I'm like, yeah, sure, you can. He was so hey, I can. So he came, he sat next to me, and I'm like, ndozvana nozvira nomuzana nozvira ntachiduro kana ntatafura chikete chiyagonyanyana nowana zvirumbi zopya. Yeah, that was me, zvirumbi zopya. So, and I'm like, okay, this guy will quit. I mean, like, ngila, I'm waiting for him and he's saying nothing. How about him? Say something, tell me that you love me. Hey, oh, just kiss me. Just do it. I won't be mad because, wow, I like you. I like this guy. And he said nothing. He just sat next to me and we were talking. So, how many siblings do you have? I know you're laughing, guys. And Korengisi, when he's like, how many siblings do you have? Yeah, uzura guy. Then abakwambone eno uzura makwarera, but then he was renting. Ako renta ngwane pala mbiri chini na chikolo. Abakontarisha oh. Ndikori na bere ya buya ya riro richikolo chive. Usina zwe ava zwinenda ndikotoda upfa. Mtukani. No, okay, sure. Then we went ratuara iklasini. So ndichitasvika transport oni ndasvika actually chisvika transport oni vangana vanga vakumbudza ero ndinani gaya ndandisi holoni namini ndandi akuza ana mutonokuza ufanana nesha. So yo ndandina Christiani yo anjiya anyisa gayi yo vangana akodhiva ndiaita ndichizvipa umwe wenda vadhadza tivafunesa mafungo ndavadhadza hai. And then ndichitsvika transport oni ya ndavara novela ndava ndikuivara, and then Christian Grey. Yeah, 50 Shades of Grey, man. Yeah, and then I went to then I went to YouTube and then I searched for 50 Shades of Grey, and then I saw the video clips, and then I started watching the video clips, and while watching them I'm like, oh, so this guy, what is he trying to say? What is the message that he's trying to imply? So I made sure that I called him immediately, and then I was like, hey, I read the book, I read the first chapter, and I just couldn't understand it very well. So I decided to go to YouTube and view some video clips. I didn't know that this novel was about this. Then I was like, oh, I thought you knew. Everyone knows about the movie, Rodi, and I thought you just wanted a book and had them to stuff vocabulary. I mean. Like, yeah. And then and then I hated the fact that he was not that available. He was always busy and how active because social media. Ningamsendera message namusi ka WhatsApp, then he would respond after a week or 2 weeks. So it was like, and then she told my phone just to check up on him. Na actually phone hey Rodi, how are you? Are you good? How is it? How's school? How are you coping? And yeah, I read nothing nasty, nothing. Yeah, how's in Abosham? We are ampurabo kana andaza banga uko. Besides his actions, and then I just loved the guy. I don't know if I should say yeah, but I liked him. Near a crush in a own baisa, cause he said nothing and I'm into him and he says nothing. So yeah, it happened or Yeah, and then he came to me this other day. He was like, at Dambiza, I was like, let's go to my class. Class is a grade 12 Zina Aircon. Yes. Class is a grade 12 Zina Aircon. Then I was like, oh, it's very hot here. Let's go inside my classroom. We can sit there, like there's an aircon, and yeah, we can sit there and just chill. And I'm like, okay. But then they're grade 12s. How are they going to look at me and stuff? Then I was like, nah, don't be shy. You'll be with me after all. And then we went there and we said, Zura Nepala uchikorotorera, and then vana vasidzana vaefe ngova vana vasidzana vaefe uri vasokamba zvimwe nazvimwe zvine vafuna, then ndava ndozvira pala naye jena lomwe lezidzana lonodina ake lari he Christian, so nofasa musi apa ini ndiyamubudza musadzi wano vukuma uri inini koite zvinhu komujalela namini. Then he was like, adori chorwada ini halo toma ndichikobva Christian akwamba chivenda. Christian was like, adori chorwada ini. Then he turned to me and like, I don't mind her that when she's crazy, you know. And then I say, I'm like, okay Christian, wani chamba na nenga chikuwa, but then bangone wemba na mwanga chivenda. Ndamusara, I thought or animuvenda. Then I was like, come on, Dumuvenda, what makes you diminchine chikomitor at or I know. Ever since I met you, we've been speaking English, you know, and fluent one. And I was like, yeah, you know, mututaita chamba banga chikuwa, you know, yeah, okay, good. Yeah, and then yeah, ratomwa up. Ever since then, abuya atua rasishatwambesa, and then antwanga. And then I tried to search him on social medias. I cheated Facebook, but then gafonu zavamwe dajana ka Facebook. I checked them. Ndawana songa posta na chinepe na chitii chawe. Otove ya chinepe chitii pedzi cha lion. Mbudzeni wori rinerita mininga lion. Mutu ove ya lion ngo, and I wanted to have a picture of him, you know, maybe nje. Yeah, ndawana ove ya lion embidu yanga yobabe sasham. That he was that one crush, and yeah, it took me time for me to get over him. And nazvino azvidhiburirori azvidhibunda ndichimutakarira. Like I liked that guy, so I like that guy. So yeah, it hurts having a crush, guys. But then yeah, it hurts. I just wish I told him or I liked him. Maybe I would have been lucky and then in Ambuzari and Takarera. But then even though it was not gonna last, I don't think it was going to last, the relationship. Because come on, he's in grade 12. The following year he had to leave, so it was not going to work out, I think. Yeah, but then hey, I don't know. So guys, what do you think? If you have a crush on someone, should we go to that person and tell him, "What I like you," or you do the very same thing that I did? Like now I'm over him. Like I'm totally over him. Don't know mwangwa. We no longer talk at all. I lost his contacts. Yeah. So guys, what do you think? If you have a crush on someone, would you go to them and tell them that you like them? Nangobani reject you wouldn't mind, or you just keep it to yourself? Yeah, you can leave your comment down there and let the conversation continue. If you have a crush on someone, will you go to them, tell them, or you just keep it to yourself? This is the end of my video, guys. Cheers.